Welcome everybody back to Boostin' Foreigns, guys, and today I'm going to help you find the best price for your F80 M3. A lot of you guys are going to be purchasing it in 2024, maybe 2025. No matter what, this information is going to help you guys on saving the most amount of money when you actually choose to purchase this car. Let's jump right into it. Also, definitely hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. Hit all. I'm actually Boostin' Motion. This is my second YouTube channel. And I'm a current owner of a Mercedes E63. Also, I used to be a former owner of a C63. So I'm dibble dabbling in this foreign content. So guys, let's go jump into it. So what with the program that we're using today is from Car Gurus, and they pretty much keep price trends over a certain amount of years. I think it goes back at least 10 years, right? And I've been using this tool because it lets you know if you're really getting a fair deal or a right deal for the M3 you're looking for. Now, we're going to go look at some graphs first, and then we're actually going to look at some M3s that I would recommend based on what I'm seeing. So I'm doing it all on video, so definitely, guys, take your time, listen to the video, or watch it, and also you can go use Car Gurus price trends and play with it and see, just to learn a little bit more so you get more comfortable. Now, I do want to preface this first. Understand anything that happened between early 2020 to about mid 2022 is all fake. All these prices that you were shooting up is a lot of fakeness. And I mean by that is a lot of money was thrown into the economy. People getting stimulus checks. We were in an inflated market. You already understand that plenty of you guys have watched the videos from other content creators on what was actually going on. Now we're back into normal depreciation zone where cars are now depreciating as they're supposed to, right? So we're going to be looking from the 2015 to 2018 F80 M3. If you guys want me to do the M4, let me know. Type M4 in the comments, and I'll do a short one for the M4 next. Anyways, so I checked off the 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. Now, understand, this is just a general for the retail value that these dealerships posted this for. So this all could depend on, doesn't really depend on if it's a competition, non-comp, or whatever specific variants or trim levels. This is just a basis that is a 2015 M3, okay? So just understand that. Now, they're taking the average price, and I'm going to actually change back the dates. This one actually starts from August 9th of 2023. And you could already see prices have decreased a lot. But what I'm going to actually do is I like to change these dates back to 2019. Because this is when the normal depreciation was a thing. Cars depreciated at that time. So let's take a quick look. Now, you see that it changed, right? Bear with me, guys. I want to make sure that you guys see everything properly here. All right, cool. So anything from from March, early 2020 on, this is all inflated. Cars don't usually appreciate this much. But imagine buying your car right here, your 2018 M3 for 56, and then it went all the way up to about 68. People really gained a lot of value. But anyways, let's start with the 2015 because for some of the younger guys, this is the more affordable one to actually purchase. Right? Now, I want to take this last date. This is the most important date, and I want you guys to pay attention to this. I'm going to take the date of January of 2020. The average price of a 2015 M3, don't matter the trim level, just the average price was about $53,000, right? Now, as time will, and that means this car had about 3 years of depreciation too, because it was 3 to 4 years of depreciation. So that's actually still worth pretty much a good amount, almost 4 years later. So this car was naturally supposed to continue to depreciate into the 40s, and it actually did. If you look at the bottom of June of 2020, it dipped down to 50s. But anything that happened in here doesn't really exist because we were going through so much stuff in the world that it's just these numbers are always going to be a variable. It's a black swan event. So in 2022, that's when they started increasing interest rates. Now, from its peak, right, from the peak of, let's see what the price is. The peak right here, the price was about $48,000 in March of 2022, right? So the car was still actually more expensive. Wait, actually, I was saying the wrong thing before. Let me take that back. I'm sorry, guys. I was saying the wrong thing before. The average price of the why would it say that those wrong numbers? It's actually the numbers are way off here. It's actually picking up different numbers. Okay, the average price in December of 2019 was actually 42,000, and its highest peak was about 47,000 or 48,000. It appreciated in the next almost 3 years. Now, the car, ever since then, the cars have been depreciating over time, and as of right now, in January, the average price of a 2015 M3 is about $38,000. That's the average price. So this there could be higher mileage that's which will be cheaper than this. There'll be lower mileage that will be more expensive. But on average, these prices are somewhere around there, and these cars are going to continue to depreciate. Now, most people want the 2018 model. It's because it's the last year before they went to the next one. And remember, it was only 1 year that passed. So in January, let's go to January, guys. January, it keeps giving me the wrong numbers here. These are not the correct numbers. I think they are. Because they recently changed up the algorithm, the graphing here, so it shows you like the start date thing. It says 4.97% start date. So they're going off the start date of when this car was listed. So from a year, this is 2019, right? Or 2020. From a year of when the 2018 was posted, the car went down 4.97%. Now, here is the average cost in January of 2020, and it was about almost $60,000. Anything in the middle here, the car appreciated, and people pretty much their cars went back up to $68,000. And its peak was the 68, and as the time decreased, the car had its natural depreciation, and as of right now, the average price of that car is about $55,000 for 2018. That's the average price. Now, see that there's a huge difference to the people who's watching. There's a huge difference between an 18 and a 2015. We're talking about almost $20,000 difference. I know, depending on the trim, the CS, and all the different trim levels out there, that's why, of course, it'll be more expensive. But look at the threshold between just the 2017 and the 2018. The 2018 is definitely regarded. But now we're going to actually take a look at a couple of examples. We're going to go to, once again, using Car Gurus, and I put in, the funny thing is, I put it for nationwide. There's only 27 listed on from Brooklyn, and pretty much the whole of America listed. Only 27. The reason why I actually like this is there's not many M3s produced, F80s, which means that there could be a larger threshold between the difference in price and mileage, right? So, for instance, I put the lowest mileage first. Does it really matter? You guys are doing your crank hub anyway, but nonetheless, let's continue. So, the lowest amount mileage is at around almost $50,000 and has 21,000 miles. But remember, as of right now, the average price is about $38,000. So this is actually more overpriced because it has less mileage, right? Of course, there's other standard text and stuff that you guys can go do and put through the trim. I'm not going to do that for you guys on video because you guys are more BMW guys than me. Now, as the mileage goes up, let's see when's the next $5,000 come off. So right around here, this one, because that one's 49, right? We want to go to $44,000. So say $5,000, we gain about, what is that, $30,000 more, or 30,000 miles, and to say $5,000. That one that's listed in Texas. Now let's go down to, let's see one that's about $15,000 cheaper, right? This one's about $15,000 cheaper. That one has $36,000 for a 60K car. I'm be honest with y'all guys, for the people that's watching in the back, I may not like it. 60,000 miles is not a lot. I don't know what kind of cars you guys must have owned in the past, but 60,000 miles is not a lot. These are not old American cars or old foreign cars that had a bunch of issues. These cars, other than the crank hub, they're very reliable, and they have definitely stand the test of time. So almost 10 years later, you can purchase this car for $36,000 for 60,000 miles. That's fine. That's fine. I think that's good, depending on what this car comes, because they use a stock photo. But let's see if we can find another example. All right. So on average, we see that the $60,000 territory, 60,000 mile territory is right around that 37 up to high 30s territory, right? And after this, the mileage just continues to go up, 39. So right around that 60, 70,000 mile territory, that's the price of these cars on average. Now let's see if we could go to a slightly higher mileage. So the highest mileage here, go right to the highest mileage is 121,000 miles, and they want almost $30,000 for that. So you can double your mileage and save about 10 grand, right? 121,000 miles, or let's see if we could find one a little bit better, or you can go for the 60,000 miles. See, look, so the one that I'll actually pick, there's not much to pick from, right? Me, I don't care about high mileage, right? You go for the one for 29,000, but I would try to see what in the 30s I can get that can cut that mileage in half. So, for instance, if I can cut that mileage in half and still be around the 30s, I would actually aim for. I'm only going for mileage and the pricing. I would aim for somewhere around that 60,000 mile territory, but low 30s. So something like this one, the white one that has 71,000 miles and it's for about 34. I would get a PPI done on the car to see if there's any issues, and then maybe I can haggle them down a little less if I do find any issues with the PPI, because you still don't want to buy these cars. This other one got red guts for 738, but it's kind of far from where I am right now, but even then, you would want to go through that and take a look. The standard blue one's 42,000. I wouldn't purchase that because even though it has the blue, the amount of money you're spending for the mileage is too expensive unless it's fully loaded. They got a gold one that anything that says price analysis too usually has an accident. Yep, that's the one I would actually aim for. Now I'm gonna press on the 2018s, which is the last year, right? I'm not gonna go through the other years here for you guys. I'm not gonna do that. There's no point in me doing that for you. You guys can do that on your own. Now we're gonna see how high this one jumps. Now you have 97 examples, right? So notice that it almost tripled the amount of cars out there in the world. I mean, in America that you actually could purchase. So we're gonna start from lowest mileage first. So this one says price analysis. Usually, when it has price analysis, it was some kind of salvage or whatever. That's why it's 55,000 miles, $55,000. Don't purchase that one, right? Stay away from that one. Now, the next lowest mileage is 8,700. It's almost $70,000. I would not recommend purchasing this M3 for $70,000, and it has just because it has a small amount of mileage. I would recommend purchasing a older year, low mileage one. You see, the older year, almost mileage one, you would have saved about almost $25,000, and it was like 20K, 20,000 miles on it. I wouldn't recommend it unless you really want it. This one has 10,000 miles, and I actually know where this is sold by. And they have it listed as overpriced because it is. All right, so now we have this one. It says great deal on it. Doesn't have a photo yet. It's a 2018 M3 sedan, depending on the tag. 16,000 miles, and they want 58,000. I will use that as a good starting point, right? Now, as the mileage is going up, the price is still somewhere around that mid $50,000 territory, correct? Still somewhere around there. Now, mileage is still going up, and we're still around the 50s. So let's touch the 30s, right? Let's touch the 30s. Damn, there's so much pages, right? Let's touch the 30s, and let's see if that drastically changes the price. Now we're still around a $30,000 territory, and we're still in the mid 50s to high 50s. You see that some of the CS is popping up. CS is popping up. CS is usually the highest model, but that's price analysis, so this probably was an accident on it. Once again, in the 30s, we're still around the 50s. So let's keep going, right? We're still around the 30. We're still around a 30K territory, and we're still around the 50s. Notice you can get a lower mileage one in the 20s for about the price you'll pay for the ones in the 30s with 30K. All right, let's keep. What breaks us into the 40s now? Now this one has a price analysis, so it must have had an accident. We're gonna skip that one, right? And for us to break into the 40s, what is it going to take? What is the mileage that's going to break us into the $40,000 territory? That has a price analysis. No, that's not going to work for us. No, nothing's going to work for us here. No, we're getting low 50s now. and we're in the mid 40s when it comes to 40K territory. Now, the first one that popped up was this one, 2018 BMW M3 CS, $48,000, and has 45,000 miles. So that lets you know to save another 10K, you have to go up about 25,000 miles on the car, right? And now we're gonna drop. We're still in the 40s, and it seems that the threshold. Ooh, the threshold here. Doing everything on video for you guys live, so I could kind of help you figure this out. Nothing is solid in the 40s yet. These are just touching the 40s. Our mileage is about to hit 60K. Let's see. All right, this CS is 47K, almost 60,000 miles on the car. All right. Okay. And no, we're almost at the end. We got one. Okay, so I'll actually. Okay, so this CS right here is $45,000 and it's 60,000 miles on it. Boom. So now we know that to be solidly in the $40,000 territory, we need to have like 60,000 miles on the car, right? And anything past this is probably overpriced, like they're saying, overpriced. And don't really go if they're overpriced because they're just comparing all the average numbers to each other. But on average, come on, this one's 52,000, this one's 47,000, all depending on what the tech is of the car. But they're both CSs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, all right. And I'm gonna go one more page. Ooh, that's a big drop. This one says a CS has 75,000 miles and they want $37,000 for it. That's almost $10,000 cheaper compared to some of these other CSs with similar mileage. So this one actually may be a good deal depending on what tech they have in it, but you're still getting a CS, you know? Competitions here. And that's it. We're at the end. And the cheapest one is the $37,000 one with about 75,000 miles. I would rather purchase that over this one almost has 100K on it. This price should actually be a little bit cheaper because of the mileage alone, to be honest. I know that you also, if you guys see there's different competition wheels and trims, but you guys will go through that as you guys see fit. So, here's my opinion, right? Here's my honest opinion. If I was going to purchase one of these M3s between these different prices, it seems that for you to break into the $40,000 territory, you're going to have like 60,000 miles on the car. That's what I'm seeing here. Somewhere around that. If you can get, this is how I make the thing crazy. If you guys can get an M3, right, with about 30,000 miles on it in the 40s, right? Like, let me see. Yeah. Some of these guys are kind of close to the 40s, right? If you can get the $30,000 territory, the 30,000 mile somewhere in the 40s, like someone who's kind of close, that actually been on the lot for quite a long time. You know what? Let's do it on video. Let me help you guys out. So where we're gonna go to is days on market, right? Let's see what's been on the market for 90 days. This is 3 months on a lot when they haven't been sold, right? And the number is still 79. Wow. So that means all these dealerships had these cars on their lot for about, on average, 3 months already. They're paying unless they paid both these cars cash, but usually the dealerships use this by like a loan or like they have like a loan actually purchased and have to pay interest rates on that too because it's borrowed money. They're actually losing money every month. They have to keep these cars on a lot. So it only went down to 79. That's not really much help here. So there's negotiation that can be done here for a lot of these cars. My recommendation, find the trim level you want. Pay attention to the mileage. See what other cars are actually going for, even though they might be across the nation in another state. Just see what the prices is because I want to make sure you're getting the best deal. Get a PPI done. I'm recommended. Look for a third-party PPI. PPI is pretty much someone who inspects the car, not BMW, not anyone that they recommend. It's someone that you hire yourself. If the dealership doesn't want to let you do that, go tell them to go kick rocks because that's the only way you actually want to purchase the car. You want to have the car inspected. And if they find anything inside of it, put that into negotiation. Like, hey, listen, my PPA found these issues that could be a problem in the future. Sometimes it's tires, sometimes it's brakes and rotors. They took all these specs. Sometimes it could be any leaks certain places by the engine or the transmission, or even some ball joints or any other any issue. They go through everything to make sure that the cars run optimally, and have them print out a list for you, and you bring that back to the dealership and say, hey, listen, I'm definitely still interested in this car. I have this loan, blah, blah, blah. But based on these things that there's things that are more cautious you have to repair now, and there's things that will need to be repaired or replaced later. So they're like, if there's a leak by the motor and it's an oil leak, that could be a really expensive leak for this S55 motor. So you can put that in negotiation where either number one, the dealership fixes that, and then you sign like I would say disclosure agreement that you say that you're gonna purchase the car or whatever, but they're gonna get it fixed for you before you actually receive delivery car. It's not like they give you the car like come back and fix it. No, the car is still with them, and they have to fix the car, and put in negotiation that the car be delivered fixed, or if they decide you'll sit there and say, hey, listen, I still want to purchase this car, but knowing that this repair could cost me $3,000-$4,000, I would like to come down on the price $3,000-$4,000. Or you fix this on your own. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes dealerships might still tell you no because, sometimes they just want to. You may be the type of informed buyer that has this information, but the next person is just like, oh my God, M3, blue on the outside, red guts, I'm buying it right now. They're not doing these detailed things. So that is my recommendation. But if you can find a M3 2018 with like 30-some thousand miles on it, and you get them right around that mid-40s territory, I think you're getting a pretty good deal. I think you're getting a pretty good deal. All these prices can always come down. It all depends on the negotiation. They definitely want to sell these cars, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's just me. I still recommend purchasing the older year, 2015, 2016, because I get it. The 2018 ones are the more sought after ones, but knowing that you could get a 2015 for about in the mid 20s and mid or hot low 30s, but then you really want to get the 2018, which is almost another $20,000 on top of it. I just don't see the sense in it unless it comes with like the LCI and stuff like that. I get it, but even then, like I still want you. You're literally buying like a whole nother like B58 340, like a 2016 B58. You're buying a whole nother car, just because you got a newer year. But that's just my opinion. All right. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hopefully this video helps you out quite well, and I hope you guys continue to show your love and support. Also, on top of that, if you really want me to break down the M4s in pricing, let me know. I'll help you guys out. Outside of that, you can add me at Boost and Foreigns on Instagram. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day.